Hey everyone, it's Steph, and today I want to share with you all what a typical day of taking public transportation is like. So let's get to the footage.
$2, 50 bolognesi, passa bologna, bancaia a casa. No, bancaia a casa, Brasil 50 bolognesi.
La luna, el cielo, el sol y el mar, regalarte las estrellas en una caja de cristal, llevarte al espacio sideral.
So you guys, I really hope that you enjoyed that footage. As you could see, taking public transportation here is quite an experience, and the public buses here come in different size, shapes, and colors, and it can get a little overwhelming because you're like, which one do I take? What, you know, it's so much stuff like going on. You're really like a bit overwhelmed sometimes when you're just getting used to living in Lima or taking public transport for the first time here. And the same also goes for public taxis as well. They all come in different size, shapes, and colors. And we mainly use in Lima the public buses and taxis as our means of transport. We also have a tren eléctrico, or an electric train, that goes through certain districts in Lima, but I mean, you only really need to use that if you need to get somewhere quickly and you live along those areas, really. And, well, taking public transportation, I keep saying public transport because of the British influence I had working as a teacher. Anyway, in Lima, I'm not sure if you've heard of this or not, or in Peru in general, we have really crazy bus drivers, or people behind the wheel are just a bit crazy sometimes. And that's because if you noticed in the footage, like if you have 3 lanes on the road, they will make 3 lanes and they will turn it into 5 lanes, because you'll have all these cars just getting in between lanes and creating their own thing, which ends up resulting in like really bad traffic jams and all of this unnecessary honking and noise pollution. Those are one of the major things. Here, when you first come to Lima, you might really notice that noise pollution from all of the traffic in the street and people just like yelling at one another in the middle of the road, like, hey, get out the way, or hurry up and go. And they'll insult each other as well. It was difficult for me when I first came to Lima because I wasn't raised in that kind of environment. I was raised in a very like calm city. And when I came here, I was literally walking around in the streets covering my ears, because for me it was just too much noise. It was unbearable at first. And the buses here, I'm not sure if you could see in this footage, but the buses here, they come in all kinds of conditions. Some of them will be really like nice and brand new and clean, and others will just be downright dirty and broken, and they'll have like rusty parts and parts that have broken off because of the rust. The drivers, like I said, they're a bit crazy sometimes. They will like speed up, and like, you know, there are bus accidents, you know, regularly around here, and unfortunately some people do get run over by buses from time to time, and I'll go into that in another video. And yeah, taxis as well, they can be a bit crazy as well, and aggressive and stuff. And basically in Lima, like, you have to drive that way, otherwise you'll more than likely not get anywhere. So you kind of have to be aggressive, unfortunately, in order to get anywhere. And people here, unfortunately, don't respect pedestrians. Like, you have to wait for the cars to pass and make sure that the coast is clear before you cross the street, which is not cool. And but luckily, I think I've noticed that there's more and more like respect for pedestrians recently. Like, people will stop for me more often these days. I'm not sure. Like, I notice, especially on the days where I'm dressed up and I look really nice, they'll stop for me. On the days where I'm looking like whatever, they don't stop as much. So I don't know what's going on there. But I've noticed that people do stop more often now, luckily. But definitely, like, when you come to Lima and you take public transportation, like, don't be surprised that the car feels like it's going, I don't know, 1,000,000 miles per hour, or that you might die along the way. Because when I came back from Europe this last time, I was freaking out the first couple of weeks because I was really afraid for my life when I got onto like really crazy buses. And then luckily it kind of dissipated again, and I'm okay. I'm used to life here because I got so used to life in Europe, taking the buses, feeling all safe and everything, and then I come back here and it's like Mario Kart or something, and you're like, oh my god, please let me die, please don't let me die, god, please don't let me die. So so yeah, it might be really interesting for you at first, but I think it's a great experience. As crazy as that sounds, when I first arrived, for me, I wasn't scared at first when I got onto these kinds of buses. I was more like intrigued, like, whoa, why are they driving like maniacs? What's going on here? And then going away and then coming back, then I got more afraid. So I don't know, it just all depends on you. But I still think it's a good experience because it's like, it lets you know, hey, some places in the world are not as orderly or civilized in certain, to certain extents, or regarding certain situations, and it's you know, the way of life there, and you just kind of have to acclimate, I guess, to that. I also think that taking public transportation in Peru or in Lima is a great experience for people who come from very organized and ordered countries, because you really appreciate where you come from if you didn't appreciate it before. Because there it's like, okay, you have a certain protocol that you follow and everything's fine, and here it's like the complete opposite. So you're like, whoa, I'm so glad that things are organized back home. But even so, like, I still think that this whole like disorder and chaos here is really great to be exposed to, because it helps you grow in other ways. You know, because things are not so outlined for you, you have to kind of be brave and figure it out on your own and just go for it. So like for me in the past, it was very overwhelming to take public transportation here, because I was afraid of getting lost and ending up in the wrong neighborhood. And so I've become a lot braver, and like the last few weeks that I've been going to new places, I haven't really known how to get there, and luckily for me I speak Spanish, so I'm like, you know what, I don't care, I speak Spanish, I have a mouth, and I'm just gonna ask for directions, and I'm gonna get on any damn bus and I'll figure my way out and I'll get to where I need to go. And it's been working out that way for me, so I'm a lot braver now, because things have not been all like perfectly ordered or outlined for me. You know, I just, okay, I don't know if this bus is gonna get me to where I want to get to, but I'll ask, and if it does, I'll get on it and just go. And so I think that all of this is great, because you know, every place that you go to, every person in the world has their own unique personality, and you have like the very structured people and the very unstructured people, and so it's really great to be exposed to all of that. So I think public transportation here is a really interesting and great experience for people all over the world. So that's it for this video, you guys. I really hope that you have enjoyed watching this and having a little glimpse into what life is like here in Lima when you take public transportation. I'm gonna start making some videos on public transportation as well, so I can kind of orient you guys on how to do that for yourselves, so you're not as afraid or overwhelmed, and you have a better idea of how to go about that. So if you've liked this video, then definitely give this video a thumbs up or a like. If you want to see more of my videos, definitely subscribe to my channel. If you want to follow me on social media, you can always do that. I'm on Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram. And yeah, if you know anyone that will benefit from this video, definitely share the video with them. So if you have any comments for me, I look forward to them in the comment section below. Thank you so much everyone for your time once again, and I'll see you soon. Take care, bye-bye.